After waking up in Cheng Ye's bed again, I didn't take the morning minus after pill like I usually did. He was smoking nearby and glanced over casually. Forgot. I picked up my dress from the floor, but the zipper got stuck at my waist. My voice was muffled. Didn't forget. Just skipping once won't hurt. He smirked. Yeah, that stuff's bad for you if you take it too often. Don't take it anymore. I thought he cared about my health, but in the middle of the night, I overheard him on the phone. She's been taking those pills for 3 years. Who knows if she can even have kids? I can risk my whole future on her. My heart turned to ice. I hid the pregnancy test stick that was lying on the table. I stepped barefoot on the cool floor, bending to pick up my scattered clothes. Cheng Ye's lazy voice came from behind. Forgot again? I stared at the white pill box on the nightstand. Normally, I would have swallowed that small tablet right away. Cheng Yi never interfered. Sometimes he even handed me a glass of warm water. But today, I touched my flat stomach. I didn't forget. Skipping once is fine. The room went quiet for 2 seconds. Then fabric rustled behind me. Warm breath brushed my neck, and his long, bony fingers easily pulled up my stuck zipper. What was he? Before I could respond, he pinched my waist lightly. A shiver ran through my skin like an electric shock. My breath caught. He laughed softly at my reaction. Seriously, those pills ruin your body. Don't take them anymore. His tone was natural, with a hint of indulgence I almost believed was real. I didn't turn around, just mumbled. But my lips curved upward without me noticing. That afternoon, Cheng Yi acted strange. He kept wanting me over and over. I was exhausted and fell into a deep sleep. Cheng Yi hated heat, so the air conditioner was always turned way down. I woke up freezing in the middle of the night, and the space next to me was cold and empty. I wrapped myself in a coat and walked barefoot to the living room. Through the cracked door, I saw his silhouette. He held a cigarette, the tip glowing and fading in the dark. She's been on that pill for 3 years. No telling if she can have kids. My hand froze on the doorknob. His voice was low, but every word cut into me clearly. I'm the only son in the Ching family. I can't gamble my whole life on her. Someone on the other end said something. He scoffed coldly. Why would she cling to me? Did I ever promise Su Yang anything? Promise? He never had. Not even at our most intimate moments. I was the one who, night after night in his arms, secretly planned a future with him. I clung to his occasional softness and stubbornly believed it was special, just for me. Our relationship started absurdly. A drunken game of truth or dare. It kissed him on a dare, my face burning. H.E.D. whispered in my ear, "How many people here?" Then he pulled me out of the private room, through the noisy crowd. No official confession. No label. We didn't even hold hands. We skipped every step and ended up in bed together. The cigarette burned his finger. He cursed irritably. I know what I'm doing. She won't mess up the engagement. Engagement? I cowled and hear the rest. I could barely stand, leaning against the doorframe to keep from collapsing. Chang Yi was secretly getting engaged to another woman. If I hadn't overheard, I would never have known how HET eventually pushed me away. He crept back to bed and lay down silently. The room still smelled like him. Cedar, a scent that once comforted me now felt like a thorn stabbing my chest. His strange behavior that afternoon made sense now. The concern about the pills washed care. That last time together was just his way of saying goodbye. The next morning, Cheng Yi surprisingly got up early and made breakfast. He even fried an egg. Even though the edges were burnt, I ate it carefully. He sat across from me, still with that face that had made my heart race so many times. He chatted about trivial things, the weather, work projects. I grew impatient and cut him off. "You're getting engaged." The room went dead silent. Chenyi was pouring me milk. He slammed the cup down sharply. My fingers curled into my lap. The warmth in his eyes vanished, replaced by frustration. "You eavesdropped on my call?" No guilt. No panic at being caught, like I was the one in the wrong. I kept my voice steady. "I overheard by accident." "So what?" he sneered, leaning forward, showing the hikis on his collarbone. "What right do you have to question me?" I froze. Right? No confession. No status. Never posted about me online. But we did everything couples did. In the end, I didn't even have the right to ask. "What if I did hear?" My voice trembled despite myself. "Are you really getting engaged?" Suddenly, he bit my earlobe. A light, punishing pressure. I flinched in pain. He spun me around and forced me to look at him. "Su Yang, you know what we are." "What? You come to me when you need me, and tell me to disappear when you don't?" He frowned, annoyed by my sharp tone. "You were the one who came on to me first, remember? Having my dignity crushed like this hurt. But it woke me up." I suddenly smiled. "Since you're getting engaged, shouldn't I, as your friend, give you a red envelope?" Cheng Yi was sharp. He understood in a second. He stepped in front of me, arms slinging over my shoulder. "Of course, you're my best buddy. I'll save you a good seat." He stressed buddy heavily, relief clear in his face. I looked at his familiar features. His straight nose, his usual roguish smile, and looked away quickly. "You're getting engaged. We should keep some distance. Don't make your fiancé jealous." At the mention of her, he lit up. He sat back, a soft, gentle smile on his face one had never seen directed at me. "Lentang isn't like you dramatic girls. She's the nicest girl in the world." My heart felt squeezed, but I still asked, "How did you meet? How long have you known her?" "Don't get scammed." He kept smiling, affection thick in his voice. "She followed me around when we were little, calling me Gee in that cute voice. Her family moved to England, and I was upset for ages. We ran into each other recently. She's grown up so beautiful. To be honest, the second I saw her, I already thought of names for our kids. I couldn't even fake a smile. I fled to my room and started packing. There wasn't much to pack. I just pretended to be busy." Chingy stood there watching, not saying a word, not stopping me. When I zipped up the suitcase, he finally spoke. "Su Yang, you don't have to move out. You can come over anytime. Things can stay the same between us." Nothing's changed. I turned to look at him. Sunlight fell on his face, casting a shadow under his high nose. His long pants wrapped around his straight legs. From this angle, it almost looked like I hadn't lost much. He smiled slightly, noticing my gaze. My hand on the doorknob, I said, "One last thing, Cheng Yi. Be a decent person, or you might end up with no kids at all." When I found out I was pregnant, I was shocked and hopeful. For 3 years, Cheng Yi never used protection. He said it felt uncomfortable, so I took the pill. Every time. For 3 years. Only that once I didn't. I panicked back then. Cheng Yi held me in the shower and comforted me. "If there really is a baby, we'll get married." I laid the pregnancy test where HED see it, imagining his reaction. HED spin me around, maybe get teary and say I'm gonna be a dad. HED pull me close and say, "Let's get married." like he had so many times before. After 3 years together, it only made sense. I never imagined he never planned for me to be in his future at all. My phone lit up. A message from Cheng Yi. Hang Tang is really traditional. Don't let her find out about us. It's better for both of us. The little hope in my chest died instantly. 3 years together, and to him it was just something dirty to hide. The screen went dark, showing my pale, worn face. I gently touched my stomach. I needed to make a decision. After leaving the hospital, I stayed home for 2 days. On the third day, Cheng Yi posted on WeChat Moments a photo of a wedding dress. Someone tagged me. Su Yang, look. It's so pretty. That tag felt like a needle popping my fragile calm. I stared at the photo. His caption, whatever she likes. No name, but our friends all thought it was me. Before I could process it, the post was deleted. Then his message popped up. Tang Tang is mad. She insists on meeting you. Get over here. His fiancée was angry because someone tagged me, and his solution was to call me over to calm her down. He sent a location. Confident he'd come running like I had for 3 years. My stomach ached faintly. I typed 2 words, not going. He spammed me immediately, just say something nice and it'll be over. No one else, just the 3 of us. Tang Tang is stubborn. It won't end until you come. I laughed at stubborn and suddenly wanted to see this girl he held so dear. When I pushed open the private room door, Cheng Yi was wiping Lin Tang's tears with a tissue. She wore a white shawl, shoulders shaking, looking delicate. When she saw me, her tearful face broke into a superior smile. She snuggled into Cheng Yi's arms and said loud enough for everyone to hear. What? I thought she'd be some big beauty. Wasted my worry. Her eyes swept over me with obvious contempt. Innocent face, vicious words. No shame in her scheming. So this was the pure, wonderful girl Cheng Yi talked about. I felt disappointed. Cheng Yi put his arm around her and grinned at me. I told you. Zhu Yang's my best buddy. Nothing's ever happened between us. I stood there, watching his perfect tact eyes stinging. He looked straight at me like the man who'd been tangled with me just days ago lost him. Lin Tang was satisfied. She lifted her head and raised her glass to me. Fake minus gracious. Zuyan, sorry I was overreacting. I'll toast you as an apology. I took a deep breath and didn't touch the wine. It's a misunderstanding. I won't stay. I'll toast with water instead. Congratulations on your marriage. The atmosphere was suffocating. I just wanted to leave. Unexpectedly, Cheng Yi snapped. Stop. He poured a full glass of red wine and set it in front of me. His voice was colder than the room. Drink it. The room went quiet. I expected mockery, but the worst humiliation came from Cheng Yi. I don't feel well. I can't drink. Someone backed me up. She does look pale. Let it go. I smiled gratefully at him. But Cheng Yi only got worse. You gotta defend her. Some people look innocent but are actually total sluts. His eyes locked onto me. A smirk on his lips but no warmth in his eyes. Cat got your tongue? You used to outdrink a whole table of guys at parties. Lin Tang gasped. So loose for a girl. My family is strict to never be alone with boys. Her fake innocence made me sick. I ignored her and stared at Cheng Yi. He kissed the top of her head. A good girl like you should stay away from her. Don't let her corrupt you. Tears burned my eyes. How dare he? Once, HED bet with his rival and lost, having to drink a whole case. He'd been worried HED hurt himself and drunk the last 10 bottles for him. He'd thrown up violently and passed out on his back. That was the only time I saw Cheng Yi cry. His voice rough. Zuyan, we'll be together forever. Forever. What a joke. A boy with dyed yellow hair stepped up with a glass, smirking. Quit acting prissy. The glass was almost pressed to my face. I stepped back, protecting my stomach without thinking. Impregnant. Everyone froze. Chang's eyes fixed on my hand over my belly. Shock, confusion, even a flicker of unreal hope. What did you say? His voice cracked. Lin Tang stepped over in high heels, mocking. You'll lie about anything to avoid drinking. No one's forcing you. Why joke about being pregnant? Who'll marry you after this? She turned to Cheng Yi. Forget it, A-Yi. Let her leave. People will think we bullied her. Cheng Yi didn't hear her. The tiny hope in his eyes vanished completely. Whatever. Get out. He put his arm around the smug Lin Tang and laughed at something she whispered. I turned and walked out. Before I even reached the door, his text came. Were you serious about being pregnant? I touched my stomach and replied. I lied. When the weather turned cold, I went back to my hometown in the south. It was mild, with moist wind. My parents had never wanted me to live alone far away, so they were happy I was back. Home's better, right? Mom handed me hot chestnuts. You look so thin after living up north. I smiled in date, not saying it'd been dieting. Cheng Yi didn't like me chubby, so I avoided sweets. It clung to every casual comment he made. By the way, Mom said Dr. Lin's son next door, Shaolin, the orthopedist at the city hospital. Remember him? I tensed, not knowing why she brought him up. He came back from the provincial hospital recently. I knew what she meant, but my last relationship had drained 3 years of my life. From hope to heartbreak. I still jolted awake at night, cried at old songs, tensed up at similar profiles. I was ready for something new. It wouldn't be fair to him. Mom kept talking. You followed him around when you were little, saying you'd marry him. If you hadn't stayed up north, you might have kids by now. I was scrambling for an excuse when Dad called from the kitchen. No more vinegar. I grabbed my little nephew. He'll go by it. I opened the door and froze. Cheng Yi stood there, after more than a year apart. His black jacket zipped up to his chin, eye covered in mist. Zuyang. His voice was cold and hoarse. I stepped back, ready to shut the door. But my little nephew in my arms got excited, waving his hands and yelling, Dodo, HTD just started talking and called every man Dodo. Cheng Yi's face drained of color. He stared at the child like HTD been frozen. This kid's voice shook. He overwhelmed tore open again. Mom walked out. Didn't you go by? She stopped, shocked at Cheng Yi. He nodded politely. Hello, Auntie. I'm Zuyang's boyfriend. My parents were polite but distant. They knew why I'd come home suddenly. I pulled Cheng Yi outside. What are you doing, playing games? He suddenly pulled me into a hug. I missed you so much. The unexpected embrace took my breath away. His chin rested on my hair. I'm not playing. I struggled, but he held my wrist tighter. Zuyang. He looked down. Softness in his eyes. Let's start over. As real boyfriend and girlfriend. Tears fell. I shoved him away, voice breaking. Do you know how long I waited for you? I waited, Cheng Yi, but I won't wait forever. He tried to touch my hair, confident as ever. Your eyes don't lie. You look at me the same way you did a year ago. I laughed bitterly. You knew I really liked you. And you still let me care for you. Tested my limits in front of your fiancé. I turned and walked away before he could react. He blocked my path. Stop being stubborn. If you really forgot me, why did you have our baby? Baby? I froze, then exploded. A year of anger poured out. You came here just to check if I was still waiting, still stupidly having your kids. To make sure it'd still fall for you even after you got engaged? So you could feel superior? His face paled. He clenched his fists. I came to tell you I broke up with Lin Tang. So... My voice was flat. Dead? You think too highly of yourself. I might have liked you, but I'm not that desperate. I'm seeing someone now. Someone I'm going to marry. His name is Lin Zubiai. He is a doctor. Good minus looking healthy. Why would I go back to trash like you? Hello. Warm laugh came from behind me. Am I really that great? I stiffened. I turned slowly and met a pair of smiling eyes. The man stood a few steps away, holding a hospital paper bag. His gaze was calm, with a faint amused smile. He looked between Cheng Yi and me, then settled on me. Yang, who's this? He naturally put an arm around my waist. My confidence deflated. Just someone I know. Someone you know? Sheng Yi stared at Lin Xuba, his hand on my waist. Zhu Yang, you're lying. I asked around, you don't even have male friends. Before I could speak, Lin Xuba pulled me closer. We're taking wedding photos next month. Does that count as getting married? He pulled a velvet Bosch from his pocket. My mind went blank. Sheng Yi turned red, staring at the ring glinting in the sun, disbelieving. No? Zhu Yang can't like you. Lin Xuba stepped forward. They were the same height, but his aura was calm and sharp, like a scalpel. Mom called from upstairs, Xiaolin. Come in. Dinner's ready. My parents didn't glance at Cheng Yi once. I looked at the stunned man and spoke clearly. I never had your baby. I aborted it long ago. That kid you saw is my cousin's. He staggered back, like all strength had left him. Upstairs. Lin Xuba chuckled softly. When did I become your fiancé? And good minus looking unhealthy. I blushed. Thank you just now. I was panicking and said whatever. It's fine. He stopped and looked at me seriously. Because I've liked you for a long time. Later, Mom talked to me. Xiaolin is wonderful. You smile when you're with him. You light up. Not like when you first came back. Oh, lifeless. I touched my cheek. Did I? Lin Xuba, I was thoughtful. He remembered I hated cilantro, tracked my period, told me funny hospital stories when I was down. But I'd told myself it was just friendship. I think I should tell him the truth. I don't want to lead him on. Led him on. Mom frowned. Everyone can see he likes you. I know you got hurt, but you can't stop walking just because you fell once. Cheng Yi was a jerk, but Xiaolin is different. You're relaxed with him. I was scared of being hurt again, of not deserving his clean, sincere feelings. Maybe it'd been too hard on myself. That night, I looked in the mirror and made faces. Had I really been smiling more? I guess I had. Lin Xuba seemed gentle, but he was childish inside, always telling silly jokes that didn't match his looks. My expression softened. Changes had already happened. I didn't expect to see Cheng Yi again so soon when I went back north. He stood at the exit, wearing a dark gray coat, holding an overly bright bouquet of red roses. His eyes lit up when he saw me. He strode over. Taya. The once minus arrogant man was trying to be gentle. It heard what happened after we split. He and Lin Tang broke up after 2 months of living together, and the drama was public. At a party, drunk Cheng Yi yelled that Lin Tang was broken. He tried everything, but she was getting pregnant. Then he bragged about me. Zhu Yang took pills every day and still got pregnant. HED exposed our most private moments just to show her. Lin Tang told her friend he was too promiscuous and used up. By then, I had learned to be AI. Those ugly stories no longer hurt me. I looked away from his face to the roses. Petals were wilting, just like our rotten past. Chang Yi, I'm allergic to flowers. The bouquet fell to the ground. He stared at me like he hadn't noticed. I didn't know. You'll be careful from now on. No need. I pulled my suitcase past him. I'm here to take wedding photos. Wedding photos? He lunged forward. Shock and resentment in his eyes. We were together for 3 years. You even had my kid. I didn't hear the rest. Warm hands covered my ears. Plenzubi AI? My heart felt calm, cooled out. Bought you milk tea, your favorite, 30% sugar. I took the cup. Warmth spread from my palm to my heart. I looked up into his smiling eyes. Chunyi faded into a blur behind me. I sipped the sweet milk tea and thought, maybe northern winters aren't so cold after all.